Now we're recording.
Okay.
And it is working.
Yay. Sweet little cake.
You had to say that again?
I did. I had to. She's just looking at me. She's being really cute.
Aw, wow.
No licks. No licks.
Dorito ears.
Yeah.
She doing Dorito ears.
Oh, she found a
She's
chip.
so cute.
Or something.
Wow.
Not sure what that she found, but she's crunching it.
All right.
She's so cute.
Good job. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to episode 3 of season 2.
Yep.
Also episode 54.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah. Crazy.
Well,
yeah. How are you?
I'm tired.
Oh, what? Really? That never happens. Holy crap. So insane.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. I mean, I just live in a perpetual state of tiredness. It's fine.
Yeah. 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 I mean, we say it every episode, so
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure everybody knows.
So it's normal.
Yeah.
One day I'm going to be like, you know what? I'm not tired. And they're all going to be like, whoa, what happened?
No, they're just going to think you're lying.
I will be. I will be lying.
Yeah. Hey, podcast host.
What's up?
Say words.
I said my words.
All right.
What words would you like to say? I don't have anything to say right now.
So we had another little wild magic surge, which sure we can call this episode that. We're not talking about the cards that we drew last week.
No.
We are talking about something else. Actually, we don't have good news to start with, do we? Because I just barely remembered it.
Oh, no. I actually did find, let me see if I have written it down, but I don't think I did. I just saw a random thing the other day.
Cool.
It was about, made me see if I saved it on Instagram. Carry on, talk. It was about the vaquita, a little dolphin that lives off the coast of Mexico.
Oh.
And
you say vaquita like it's something that I know.
Well, you do now because I've told you what it is. It's a little dolphin species that is, I think there's only like 7 or 8 of them around or something. I don't know. But
ever?
No, they're very, very
ever,
endangered.
Okay.
But they were seen, a small pod was seen with babies. And that's like the first time it's been seen in a long, long time. So they're, I wish I had some more information on that.
Story seems familiar, but I think it was not something that I've heard recently. Like a couple years ago, it seems like there was an endangered species of dolphins that had some babies. I don't know.
I swear I saw the one guy I follow on Instagram that does the good news, and he's really cheerful. And I don't know how he's so cheerful all the time.
Some people are.
I know, and they amaze me, and I am glad they exist.
You're just a little rain cloud today.
I'm sorry. Well, it ties into what the two of us are actually going to talk about on this episode.
Yeah. So, we've been tired this week, and instead of, if you'll pardon the language, instead of half-assing our topics, we decided to just make a quick little episode today, and we're actually going to talk about spoon theory.
Yes, and I found out about the vaquita.
Okay, so tell us.
There
about
are only 7 to 10 individuals remaining, wow. And they were recently seen with 2 babies, 2 calves, which is good. So yeah, they're stabilized, but they're like stabilized at 7 to 10. So, but there are a lot of people trying to remove nets that they get caught in and that sort of thing. So people are trying. So that's good. We're gonna keep our little fins crossed for the little dolphins. Cute. Okay. Anyway. So
So yeah, we're talking about spoon theory, and I do want to preface this by saying that I didn't I've heard about spoon theory, and I'm like, yeah, that's relatable. Mm-hmm. What I did not realize is that the original spoon theory was used to describe chronic illnesses, which I do not have. So I am not trying to appropriate this theory, but the theory itself has spread to include those with
chronic pain.
Chronic illness, chronic pain. Yeah. And I have ADHD, and sometimes socializing can be a lot. Like, it's not just that I'm, I'm an introvert. It's not just that I'm an introvert. I can't think of the word. But it's like sometimes it costs me a lot of energy to do simple things, living with ADHD. So yeah, I do realize that it was originally only intended to be a metaphor for chronic illness and chronic pain. And I am not a member of that particular community. So I do acknowledge that when I use the spoon theory metaphor, I know it's against its original purpose, not against, but it doesn't align with the original purpose. But I'm going to talk about the original purpose right now.
From what I have learned, I think it has become more mainstream.
It has,
which is
and
good, I in a way, because
I just wanted to acknowledge that I know that there are people that live with these chronic illnesses and chronic pain that there was this metaphor that came about that was an easy way to explain to people that don't know what you go through every day, and then these people sort of appropriated this saying for just low energy situations. Yeah. So I understand that could be frustrating, and I just wanted to acknowledge that. And it is a theory that I have used, except I say spell slots, which I think that's what you're going to talk about.
Yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit about that.
But yeah, it definitely has shifted to include sort of mental health issues as well. So, but let me talk about how it started.
Okay. Yes, please tell me how it started.
I will tell you how it started.
Thank you.
From the wiki link that you sent me about it, the Wikipedia page.
Okay, cool. I just sent you the link and did not read it. So.
Oh, yeah, it's fine. So it actually started in 2003. There was an essay that was written that introduced this metaphor that simplified the concept of energy management for those with chronic illnesses. The essay is called The Spoon Theory, and it was written by Christine Miserandino. Yeah, I'm probably mispronounced that. In the essay, she writes about a time that she told a friend about her experience with lupus. They were at a restaurant at the time, so Christine took some spoons from the tables and handed them to her friend. And Christine said that while most people begin each day with an unlimited amount of possibilities or an unlimited amount of spoons, people with chronic illnesses have to plan their actions in order to conserve their energy. The number of spoons represents how much energy is available to spend throughout any given day, and it differs with any given day. She asked her friend to list the different tasks and errands that she might perform on a typical day. Then Christine interrupted and took a spoon away for each activity. So things like washing your hair, standing and waiting for a train, things like that people might not think of requiring effort actually, take a lot of effort for people affected by chronic illnesses.
Yep.
The spoon theory, like I mentioned before, it helps those with chronic illnesses explain better to people who might not understand, because it helps raise awareness about living with chronic illness or chronic pain or any other sort of disability,
Because so much, especially like with chronic illness and chronic pain, a lot of that's so invisible.
It's invisible. And actually, my next sentence here is the University of Massachusetts did a study and said that about 96% of chronic medical conditions can be considered invisible illnesses.
Which is,
that's a lot.
That's a lot. I did not realize
that's a big number.
96%.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So yeah, invisible illnesses, meaning you wouldn't see it. It's not
but you
something
don't look
that's
sick.
Yeah, and this actually, the author of the original essay, The Spoon Theory, Christine, she has a website called butyoudon'tlook.com. I think it's .com. I'm not actually sure the suffix. Would that be the word?
Yes.
What comes after the dot? But yeah, those in the people with chronic illnesses that are familiar with this theory have started calling themselves spoonies.
Yeah.
They kind of adopted the name, and doing this also helps bring visibility to invisible conditions. It provides people with a universal language that helps people sort of experience things through a shared lens. It simplifies the whole concept of not having enough spoons in a day. Like, especially for those with invisible illnesses, like I said, I don't have any kind of chronic illness. I don't live with chronic pain. There was 6 months of my life that I had pain, but it was obvious because I couldn't walk.
Yeah,
so I wouldn't really say it was invisible, but this is a community that I can't relate to, and having this theory helps me understand. Yeah. And even like with the whole mental energy aspect that I relate to, it has helped me easily understand my own energy levels and how to better sort of manage that.
Same.
Yeah.
I deal, like I don't have a chronic illness, but the chronic pain has been there for most of my life, just for one reason or another. And it's just been a constant thing. And, you always see the pain charts in doctor's offices and they're like, where are you? And I'm like, it's like a 5 or a 6, I guess. And they're like, wait,
all the time?
That's not normal. I'm like, well, probably like a 3 or 4 for a normal person. And they're still like, that's not normal.
Yeah.
1s and 2s are normal. It's like, but yeah, it is just like you get used to living and you make yourself functional as best you can.
Yeah.
And when I first heard about spoon theory, I was like, well, that doesn't apply to me because I don't have a chronic illness.
Yeah.
But then as I started to like understand it more, I was like, it could, because some days I don't have a problem, like just, get out of bed, go about my day.
Yeah.
And then some days like every step hurts.
Yeah.
Or, and you're just like, okay, today's going to be one of those days where I'm just going to have
to severely budget your energy and determine, priorities of the things you want to get done today and things you absolutely cannot get done that day.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a struggle. And I think I love that Christine developed this theory and put it out there as a way to explain that, because so many people don't understand it.
What would the world be like without artists, writers, designers, stylists, musicians, actors, and other creators? It's a world we don't have to live in, thanks to the many inspiring people I spotlight on a Life Creative podcast. I'm Melano Gomez, an interior stylist and former editorial director of home at Martha Stewart Living, and host of A Life Creative. Listen to the stories of how talented people in the creative arts found their way into interesting and sometimes unusual jobs. A Life Creative is available wherever you listen to podcasts, or find us at www.alifecreativepod.com.
I do have one more paragraph from another one of my links, and I will it's a blog post on a site that drfanaee.com. So I don't know if that's like a name, a doctor's name. I don't know. I'm not sure what that was. And I could probably pull up the site and actually look at the header.
Oh, I think it's a doctor. It is.
Dr. Fanae?
Fanae. Dr. Eric K. Fanae. Yes.
Okay. So, yeah. On this doctor's website, there's weird, there is a blog post about it. And I do want to, there's a little paragraph that is at the end of the article that was written. It says, the spoon theory brings visibility to lived experiences, but visibility doesn't mean spoonies owe an explanation to anyone for how, where, when, and why they spend their limited energy resources. So while asking about another person's spoon count is okay, judging how they use their spoons is not. It can be insensitive.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that they added that in there.
Yeah. I appreciate that, because that's another thing that, like, while spoon theory does help bring awareness, it still doesn't encompass everything that there is about, chronic pain and chronic illness. And yeah, I think there also needs to be an awareness of how, like, your spoon levels, your spoon count, like, yeah. And
I think that holds true in a lot of things. We're always encouraged to look at other cultures, other lifestyles, just other personalities. But we also, like, you can ask questions of people, but it's not their job to explain themselves.
Yeah.
And, like, there's a lot of information out there.
Yeah.
You can do the work and learn what you can. And then if you have a friend who is a spoonie, and you're like, hey, I want to know more. I've learned this, but I'd like to learn more. When you have the energy, or if you want to.
Yeah.
And then if they're like, just keep reading online. And then you just go, okay, I will, just because but yeah, it's not someone's job to do that.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't expect them to, I guess.
Yeah.
But in general, I've met, like, most people will try to help people understand.
Yeah.
Because it is part of their life. And
I mean, yeah, as like a lot of things in life, open, honest communication
is so important.
Is so essential.
Vital. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So, yeah. And like I said, originally, spoon theory was used to describe chronic illnesses. But since then, the metaphor has been used to describe a wide range of disabilities and mental health issues, even forms of marginalization, and other factors that might place unseen burdens on individuals. And I think that's where you come in.
That is where I come in. I want to, before I dive into spell slots, I want to do, there were two other, excuse me, three other theories that kind of settle in with spoon theory.
They kind of stemmed from spoon theory.
Yeah, there's fork theory, knife theory, and matchstick. And I just have little simple blurbs about them. So fork theory is not like spoon theory is about the units of energy that you have. Fork theory is more on the activities and how those activities can impact you. Some things might be just, okay, this little thing is not bad, but some other things may be like stabby. Like, you might have appetizer forks, which is just a small thing that's not too much trouble. But then you have the big stabby forks, like you would use to shred meat. Like, oh, that one's going to be a lot more energy at this specific task rather than just kind of your, something in your daily thing. But this specific thing for me, that would be a phone call. Making a phone call is very stabby. So
are we talking in relation to the pain that is felt and not more necessarily like the energy?
The decrease, like how the level of that particular activity, like that activity is more draining than another one.
Yeah.
In a, kind of, and it does go a little bit more to the chronically chronic illness rather than like the chronic pain thing.
Okay.
Knife theory is talking about more leaning to borrowing from the next day's list. So
yeah, that is part of spoon theory too that I didn't mention is you do, some people can borrow spoons from tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Like if you know something has to be done today.
Yeah.
You could borrow that. So the knife theory works with that, in that the fact that when you are borrowing, it's like grabbing a knife by the blade, because it's going to hurt tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to do it. You're going to get the job done. But tomorrow you don't refill spoons.
Yeah.
Like if you take from tomorrow, let's say you have 10 spoons. You take 2 from tomorrow to do a task today. You have 8 spoons tomorrow, because it's just that extra drain on your energy and your limited resources that you have.
Yeah.
And matchstick theory is kind of just like, this one just had like, it just conveyed units of energy as matchsticks to say that energy can be finicky and unpredictable. And that was all I found on it.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm like,
well, that makes sense though.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So you're just like,
yeah.
I have this sudden irrational burst of energy. I'll do the thing.
Yeah.
And then, move on.
Then you burn out.
And then you're done. And then
Yeah.
you have this burst and you're done. So I'm going to talk a little bit about spell slots, because I really love spell slots over spoons. And it probably just because we play D&D and different, magical games and that sort of thing. And it just translates really well. So in like, I'm going to speak specifically about like Dungeons and Dragons, because that's where the really track spell slots.
Yeah.
If you have a character who can do magic.
And like leveled spells.
Yeah.
Too, leveled magic.
Yeah. If you have this character, you have certain things you can do, and each spell requires like components. Like you might need to have certain little things, and like our players, we never even worry about that.
Don't worry about
we're
that.
Like, that's too much. But you can be like, you need to have a twig that's been struck by lightning or some similar thing. But it also takes energy to do that. So you have to have the things you need to do the task and the energy to do them.
Yeah.
And spell slots are leveled. So you have first, second, third, fourth. And as you level up in the game, you get more energy and bigger spells.
Yeah.
But those bigger spells take a lot more out of you. So you may have, 4 first level spell slots, but you may only have 1 4th level spell. And if you translate that through your day, you can look at that one really big task and be like, that's where I'm going to spend that 4th level spell.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going to spend that. And that's where the majority of my energy is going to be today. So if something comes up and takes that energy, and then you're done, you're like, I can't, this unexpected thing, I just don't have it. And you're left with all these smaller spell slots, lower levels. And like in a game that can be like, wow, I really wish I had that 4th level spell to, help all my companions in this game or defeat this big bad or that sort of thing. But that's part of the fun of playing too. But
yeah, that's sort of part of the strategic side of the game.
Yeah, like
to sort of ration your spells.
Yeah, because the one article I found on irresolute.com is a blog, and he's talking about art and creativity, which I was just like, yes, oh my gosh, this like just reading what this person wrote, I was like, oh my gosh, because like I want to do the thing, I have everything ready to do the things, and some days I just can't. And he starts relating that to just spell slots. You don't have the energy. You want to do it, and everything you have all the components.
Yeah,
but the magic isn't there. And so he started breaking his days into like organizing his spell slots to use throughout his day, and being able to have all that happen. And like in D&D, you can only regain your spell slots by resting.
Yeah.
So you have a short rest and a long rest, and you can get some things back on a short rest, but typically you have to take that long rest.
Yeah.
And so if you're looking at this, in this magical kind of way of spell slots and you're like, I'm out, then you have to tell yourself, okay, you have to recharge. You have to step back, put this away, come back to it tomorrow when you've slept.
Yeah.
When you've had your dinner. Make sure you do your dinner before you run out of spell slots, because that takes a spell slot. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to do that sort of thing and just kind of plan it, and then make sure you recharge. And like with the chronic illness and the spoon theory, you may only have that same thing every single day. And, with like for me, the chronic pain, like I mentioned earlier, some days are fine.
Yeah.
And I might have like 4 or 5 high level spells, and other days I'm just like, nope, we're doing all
Cantrips.
first levels and cantrips today. I'm just like, yep, that's it. This is what I do. So, but resting is important, and you have to regain those spell slots through resting. And I think I told you before, this is my last little spell slot of the day is getting this recording in. I don't know. Today was not busy at work, but it was
it's still work.
It was still draining.
Yeah. I mean, you did get yelled at by a customer, so that
takes a whole spell slot in itself. Like,
yeah.
Why don't you do this thing? Well, that's not the kind of business we are. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But it's fine. It's fine. But yeah. So yeah, I like using spell slots as the metaphor. I really like it. It connects. And I think like for gamers and people who, kind of have that magical focus or interest, I guess, in life, it just kind of, it fits.
If you're familiar with D&D, it's something that's like instantly recognizable. It's a metaphor that you can relate to because you know the concept of spell slots. So, that relates to energy. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was it. The one little quote that I did find in this article, and I highlighted it in my notes. And I love this one. It says, if you see someone struggling with something you think is incredibly basic, maybe help them out. Just because someone has less spell slots than you doesn't mean they aren't trying.
Oh,
because we've both done that. I feel like a crap human today because I haven't done anything.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily that. It's just you're out of spell slots.
Yeah.
And you need a recharge.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you see someone struggling, in any aspect of life, if you see someone struggling, just help them out if you're able.
Yeah.
So,
and oftentimes if you ask if somebody needs help, they'll say no.
Yeah.
But,
But you can still, you can tell, I think, when people are struggling.
Yeah.
Even
depending on the situation, you can see if they need help with something. Mm-hmm. Just do it. Don't ask. Well, if it's like a complete stranger, then maybe ask.
Maybe just be like,
but, if it's like a friend that you're close to and you know that they've been meaning to, I don't know, do some kind of simple task and struggling and they haven't gotten it done yet and they keep saying, oh, I need to do that. It's probably them feeling guilty that they don't have the spell slots to get that thing done.
I think one thing that can help with that is if you say, do you need help? A lot of people are going to immediately say, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
But if you say, let me help you with that, it gives them a little more choice in the matter.
Yeah. Or like, what can I help with?
Yeah. Yeah. Or give me a portion of that task to do.
Yeah.
And that gives them kind of like, okay, I'm letting them help.
Yeah.
I'm letting them be nice to me.
If you do this part, then the rest of it doesn't seem as big.
Yeah. Yeah. So just a lot of times wording,
Yeah.
can just be the right thing to just really help someone out.
Yeah.
Because it is very hard to say that you need help.
Yeah.
It's very hard to ask for help and admit that you need help.
Yeah.
So yeah. That's my spell slot. I'm out. I'm on cantrips for the rest of the night.
All right. It's a short episode.
It is.
It's okay though.
Yeah.
It seems like there was something else we were going to talk about too, but I think the original plan for this episode before we decided to talk about spoon theory and spell slots was just going to be us talking, checking in on you, listeners, see how you're doing.
Yeah, we were just
what can we do to help?
What can we do to help? Yeah. Also, just take a minute recharge, sit down, look out the window.
Yeah. Everybody stop what you're doing right now and take 3 deep breaths. Okay, ready? We're going to do this together. Close your eyes. You can be standing, you can be sitting, but take a minute and inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. There you go. 3 deep breaths.
I needed that. Thank you.
I got to get back to where I can teach yoga again. So,
yeah.
And that's part of it. Breathing is a big part of it.
Breathing is one of my favorite parts of practicing yoga. Just like, because I tend to hold my breath a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was nice. Oh, I actually do feel a little better.
Yay.
Good.
Hope you guys all feel better too. Thanks for listening.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah, we'll talk to you next week with our regularly scheduled programming.
Yeah.
Bye.